Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today is a little bit of a different video than the norm, but I wanted to do this. I've been wanting to do this actually for like a couple months now, but I basically just wanted an introductory video for this new journey that I'm on. It's not necessarily a new journey. It's a journey that I've been on, but I'm excited to share it with you going forward. So I have been on a health and wellness journey since about 2016. That's when I finally decided that I wanted to make a change, but it really didn't jumpstart until the next year, and then just so on and so forth. I feel like I've just gotten more and more into my health and wellness as I've gotten older and just as the years have gone on. I feel like I learned a little bit one year, and then I make some small changes, and then I just kind of like build onto it. So I just feel like I'm continually building onto like my health and like just even my knowledge on certain subjects and stuff like that. So anyways, long story short, this video is the first kind of like initiation video into more fitness and health and recipe content here on my channel. I have been talking about this ever since I started getting into this kind of stuff, and I've been sharing more vlogs and more of my life and more of my food and stuff like that with you. The lighting. But a lot of times I just tend to keep that on Instagram, something really quick. I love to share quick little recipes on there, and I'll show quick little workout things, little tidbits on there, and in vlogs I've shared a little bit here and there, but I'm ready to just go for it. And if you've been following me for a while, or even just like this past year, I was very inconsistent. At the end of last year, I don't even know what happened, but I just like started to get depressed, and like, I don't even know if depressed is the word, because I've been depressed before. I just went through a big change within the last year. I literally feel like a completely different person, and that happens to me a lot, and I think it's just the age. I feel like we're always continually changing, but especially in your 20s and your 30s, I just feel like a lot of just development happens. And yeah, I just went through like a big shift this last year, and I'm starting to just like, why am I getting emotional? I just feel like I'm kind of starting to become who I'm meant to be, or more of who I'm meant to be. I kind of talked about this in like my life update video that I posted over the summer, where it was finally like, okay, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling more like myself, because I just wasn't posting that frequently. I was just in this weird fog, and I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, because of all of that, I had put on a lot of, I hate saying weight, because it's not just weight. Weight is, we'll get into that, but I put on fat, and I think a lot of it had to do with me just being so stressed and anxious just about life, and just like I'd put all this pressure on myself to like have my shit together by the time I was 30. I turned 30 in December of last year. So because I wasn't necessarily where I wanted to be in my mind, it was just I wasn't even anticipating it. It wasn't even like I had this concrete idea of like who I'm supposed to be, what I'm supposed to look like, and what I'm supposed to be doing in life by this age. But it was almost like once I turned 30 and once I got into the year, it was just kind of like, wait a minute, I'm 30, like, and these things haven't happened. And like, I don't know, it was just a weird feeling, and I just wasn't expecting it. But yeah, I think like just going through all of that what is that word? Self-inflicted stress. Like, I feel like my body just held on to everything. I was eating relatively healthy like that whole entire time, but I learned between July and March, I had gained like 35 pounds. Which, by the way, disclaimer, this series, I will be talking about weight, I will be talking about food, I will be talking about all that kind of stuff. If that makes you uncomfortable, don't watch. But I'm just going to be very open and honest about things. I feel like my mindset is in such a good place. It's probably at like one of the best places it's been in, and it's been in pretty much ever. So I will share things that I've learned about just like weight fluctuations and relationships with food and stuff like that. But I'm just letting you know right now, like those are topics that will be covered, and I will be talking about just like in the future. So just letting you know that up front, if that makes you uncomfortable, just don't click on these types of videos. But yeah, I had gained a significant amount of weight. I did not feel comfortable in my body anymore because it just did not represent who I was inside. And so I hired a personal trainer. I hired a nutritionist just to help me, even though I was eating healthy and I was following a fitness program. I just didn't feel like myself. Well, even still, over the last, I guess, 5 months, I honestly still don't feel like I look the way that I feel inside, which I'll be working on. Like, I still want to lose fat and gain more muscle and just do like a full body recomposition, which is what I'm working on. But this was the first time that I had ever really focused on my fitness and really focused on not just fitness in general, but like building muscle. Anytime that I've gotten really into fitness, I've been like, lose weight, get that number down, blah, blah, blah. So I developed a really bad relationship with the scale, where if I wasn't this weight by a certain time, then I'd be down on myself and then binge eat, because what's the point? I always ended up hitting my goals though, and I'd get really proud of myself. And then I had never really tackled that relationship with food that I had. So over the last, I feel like even last year, I started like just realizing, hey, like this is probably not like a healthy mindset, and like it shouldn't be this serious. I really started to tackle it then. And I would say pretty much all of 2021 and now 2022, I've had a really good relationship with food, where I eat to nourish my body. I let myself eat a treat if I want it, but I don't like overindulge. There have been times where I have. We can get into that in future videos, because emotional eating is something that I think I will always struggle with, just because of 30 years of bad habits. But I'm just so proud to say that I've come to a point where I choose healthy food first, because I know that it makes me feel good. It makes me thrive. And I think the past year, through all of the changes that I was going through this past year, I just wasn't feeling as vibrant. I wasn't feeling as like radiating and just clear, and I wasn't feeling whatever. And I don't necessarily think it's food related, because I ate pretty healthy this last year. It's just the changes that I was going through, like with my mindset and like with other life things. I don't know. I just didn't really feel like myself. And so part of what's helped me feel more like myself is just really diving into this more and just prioritizing it. I tend to kind of like flip-flop with, like, when I'm doing so well with work, my health and fitness and wellness is just like down here. Like, I definitely prioritize the work, and then vice versa. When I'm eating healthy and I'm working out and putting 110% into that, my work tends to just fall by the wayside. So I'm trying to find like this balance, and I'm passionate about both. Like, I'm passionate about creating videos. I'm passionate about fitness. So I am blending them together, and I'm going to share this journey with you, because I feel like I have learned a lot. And what kind of got me thinking about how I really want to share this more was, I wanted to get some food inspiration from past me. And I went and I looked on YouTube, and I like never really shared much on YouTube. I share stuff on Instagram all the time, but like I wanted more info. And I went to myself, like past videos, to see that. And I realized I had all of these ideas in the past to create that for you. And then I never freaking did. So we're doing it. I'm so excited. So yeah, there's just going to be more of that. I want to share more of my workouts with you. It's going to be casual and vlog style. I just love that sort of content. I love seeing just the everyday struggles that people go through. I love rooting for people to make healthy choices. And I'm just really excited to share my mindset, because I feel like I have come such a long way. Like, I'm just going to be so real with you. I used to roll my eyes when people would say like, you shouldn't say cheat meal, because that's subconsciously like bad for your mindset. And I would just roll my eyes at that, because I'm like, whatever, like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to follow a diet and then I'm going to cheat and like whatever. I just don't use that verbiage anymore. And I understand what people were saying, and I just eat food now. So I'd love to kind of just go through that whole process with you guys eventually. Let me know what you guys are interested in. I am in no way at all whatsoever an expert. I think you know that. You guys know I'm a makeup bitch. I am not like a nutritionist. I am not a personal trainer. I'm not at all going to give you any advice. I'm just going to share my personal journey with you in hopes that it can inspire you in some way. Not saying it needs to inspire you to eat a certain way or do a certain workout, but hopefully maybe you see me make a healthy choice and it inspires you to make a healthy choice. I don't know. I've gotten so many messages from you guys on Instagram about how like my food stories and like workouts that I post inspired you in some way. So I'm hoping that this can just be like a little bit more of a bigger impact. I know just like, I don't know, this channel has been very like makeup based, and I will continue to do makeup stuff because I want us all to feel beautiful on the outside. But I noticed I don't feel as beautiful on the outside unless I am working on what's going on the inside. And that's not only my mindset, which that's probably number one, but also my mindset is optimized when I'm eating healthy and working out. So then I feel like the makeup is just like the cherry on the sundae. I've never gotten into the goods, you know what I mean? So I'm just excited to dive down this path with you. And just be a little bit more of an open book. Sorry, the lighting is just like intense and it's just gonna get dark and light and dark and light and whatever. But yeah, I'm excited to dive down this whole path with you just because I've just learned so much. I've worked hand in hand with a nutritionist on and off, but now like I told myself I'm gonna work with her for a year at least because I have some emotional eating tendencies. And she's kind of just like my food therapist in a way where she helps me just kind of like break down different obstacles that I have and where I could improve and what I did well on. She's also kind of just like my personal cheerleader, which I really am just so appreciative of that right now. I also hired a personal trainer because while I know how to work out, I didn't know how to optimize, like, I can't even put it into words. Just like build muscle, lose fat at the same time, and just reach my body image goals because I have those. And I feel like a lot of times, like, I feel like over the last couple of years, things have kind of changed where it's almost frowned upon to want to look fit. In the 90s and like back in the day, it used to be like, if you're thin, like that's it, like that's perfect. It doesn't even matter if you're unhealthy. As long as you look thin, that's great. And now we've swung in the opposite direction, almost too far in my opinion, where I just feel like both are just really extreme and we need to come to some middle ground where health should be what's prioritized and health should be what is celebrated. Like it's not about the number on the scale, it's about how you're taking care of your body. And also like not being too restrictive and not being too indulgent and finding that balance. And that's kind of just what I'm all about. And I think that diet and exercise and all of that stuff, it looks totally different for everybody because we are all so different. What works for one person doesn't work at all for the next. It's so funny. My friend Amanda and I used to work out for about like 2 years, 3 years. And we just got to a place where it was like, this isn't really working anymore because we just have different goals. While we're both relatively healthy, it just wasn't working. Like our workouts weren't working together anymore. I have my sister, you guys know I love keto. It works really well for me. And I'm working again, hand in hand with a nutritionist to make sure that it's working well for me, but I suggested it to my sister. She tried it out and absolutely hated it. She eats a completely different way and it works for her. But like my dad, he does keto and it helps keep his diabetes at bay, and like he thrives on it and he's like practically reversing it and just like doing so well and he loves it. But like my mom hates it. It just, everybody is so different. Workouts are going to be different for you than they are for me, and vice versa. Same with diet. And when I refer to diet, I'm not talking about going on a diet. I'm just talking about ways of eating. So anytime you hear me say diet, that's what I'm referring to. And like, even though technically like I eat in a ketogenic way, it's because it works well with my body, and I've tried different things and different foods to incorporate, and like I've had bad experiences and good experiences with different things. Again, I'll end up covering that in future videos. but I'm also working on just like healing my gut. And again, with the help of a nutritionist, because I just want to make sure that I'm doing things correctly, doing them right. I don't want to hurt myself. I want to make sure that I am just like letting my body thrive. And I also I have body goals. Like I want sculpted shoulders. I've never had shoulder caps and I just want them. I've never been able to see like abs in my stomach. And like one day I want that. And I don't think that that's wrong. I don't think that there's anything bad about that. I'm also not shaming myself and shaming my body for what it looks like now. I think that I have worked so hard to be where I'm at now physically and emotionally and mentally. And because I feel so strong on the inside, I want to feel that strong on the outside. And I still have work to do inside as well. It's an ongoing process, an ongoing journey, and I'm ready to just dive into it. And I feel part of me was like, oh, it's so late. Like I'm already like so deep into my journey because I started this back in like 2016. But better now than never. I want to be more of an open book, share more of what I'm doing. And again, it's just me sharing me, not telling you what to do. I would never tell you that you have to do something or that you should do something. That's just not my style because again, like what works for me might not work for you. And also what's working for me now might not have worked for me back in the day, like a couple years ago, 1 year ago. What worked for me a year ago might not work for me now. What I'm doing now might not work in the future. It's just we're always changing and our bodies are so unique, and I think that that should be celebrated. I like that I'm different. I like that, I don't know. It's just, I find so much beauty in the fact that we're all different and that different things work for different people. So anyways, I do have one request because I do want to post, my goal is to post at least one of these like health related videos a week or just incorporating it into some kind of like weekly vlog, daily vlog, whatever, and just like make a point to show you my workout and my food and talk about this kind of stuff. I just have one request, and it's just one ask. I would really appreciate it if in the comments you don't diagnose me with something. Especially the last year, it has been where like, I feel like it's just like the rise of TikTok. I don't know. Everyone's a doctor, everyone's a nurse, or everyone's had like a personal experience. And so everyone is so quick to comment like, oh, if you're having this problem, you need to get this checked. You should check that out. You need to get your blood work looked at. You probably have this disease. You need to check your thyroid. And everything is like all of these problems that you're guessing that I have. And I know that these comments are coming from a place of love. They're coming at a place of concern, and you just care about me. And I appreciate that. And I know it comes from love. But on the receiving end, going to the comments to chat with you, and then there's 20 different comments about 20 different diseases I probably have, it's a little overwhelming. And I just want you to please leave that between me and like professional doctors and nurses and whatever. I feel like it would be different if I was asking you for advice, you know, if I'm like, hey, I don't know why this is happening, like I need help with this. But just to throw out like, hey, you have this disease, you need to get this checked, or hey, because you have crusty feet, you need to check your thyroid. It's like, it's just overwhelming. And again, I know these comments come from a place of love. It's just when there's like 20 and then they're all saying something different, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot to absorb. And then I'm constantly freaking out, like Googling different symptoms of different things. And I'm like, do I have 20 different things wrong with me? But I do, like, honestly, thank you for your concern. I know that none of you mean it with ill will, but that is just my only request with this. I'm always hesitant to share more about me. I'm just a very closed off and like quiet person. I like to protect me in that way. I don't know. Like I share a lot of my life, but I also share I don't share a lot of my life. So I am feeling very vulnerable talking about all this stuff. So this ask comes from a place of love, just like I know those comments come from a place of love. And so I'm just respectfully asking that you don't diagnose me with something, even if you are a doctor, even if you are a nurse, and even if you have had similar experiences as me, please, please just don't tell me I'm gonna die or have this like weird illness or whatever. Please don't say that. But with that being said, I feel like I got a weight off my shoulders because I've been wanting to do this for so long, been wanting to talk about this topic, and I'm just so excited to just open this next chapter and get healthy together. I hope that you guys are just excited about health too. I'm excited to just share more of my healthy journey and like the healthy habits that I'm doing, and I'm just excited to share all that to hopefully inspire you to do the same, and we can do it together during this time and kind of get like a jump start. I don't want to say a jump start for the new year because I'm tired of putting like time frames on things. Like any time that I've like wanted to like lose body fat and gain muscle and like whatever, I'm always like, okay, I need it by this date. I need to do it by this time. And right now, like the time is infinity. I am just trying to take care of myself and feel better overall. And like, there's no time limit. I don't need to look a certain way by a certain date. I don't need to have it all together by a certain date. Like my date is death. You know what I mean? Like I just want to feel good in my body for forever and not hurry up and feel that way in 3 months. It's like, I'm just going to be confident in my body now and take care of it because this is my one body that I get. This is my skin suit that I get for this lifetime of mine. And I want to take care of it. This is the body that God gave me and I want to take care of it. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And I hope you guys are excited. I hope you get some inspiration. If not, like, I hope it's entertaining. I don't know. And I don't even exactly know what this is going to look like. I think pretty much this is me just opening up the door to this sort of content. Whether it's its own dedicated content or if it's just sprinkled into a vlog. I'd love it for you guys to share like your healthy things that you're doing down below in the comments. I'd love for this to be just like an open conversation. And especially like if I'm talking about like a keto something or other, like maybe keto isn't your vibe. Share your favorite recipes instead, you know? Like it's okay for us to be doing different things and thriving because we're all different. But anyways, I feel like I've said the same thing 500 times in different ways, but nevertheless, this concludes the video. Thanks for hanging out with me today and hearing me ramble about health, fitness, wellness, and whatever. Let me know if you're excited for this down below. I know I've been kind of like hinting at this in like multiple videos, but and this is kind of just like the same thing I've said in those videos, but I just kind of needed like one video to jumpstart this and just be like, bitch, you're doing it. You're doing it. Enough talking about it. Let's do it. So here we are. We're doing it. So let me know what you want to see. What is the like number one thing that you're the most excited about me just talking about more of these topics going forward? Is it workouts? Is it recipes? Is it things like probiotics and supplements and things like that, which I know that that's kind of like a touchy subject, but whatever. Whether it's like podcasts and like audiobooks that like help expand your mind and stuff like that, because that is all encompassing. It's all in the same realm. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you've made it all the way this far, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching this whole video. I've kind of been a little all over the place, but I didn't even like I was gonna like write out like bullet points of like topics I wanted to touch on, and I just sat down and just like word vomited everything. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and I will see you very soon. Bye.